Good early morning, everybody. Actually, it's 1:46 a.m. on February 21, 2024. And this video was supposed to be completed 2 hours ago. The criminals put me to sleep because they don't want me to accomplish some of the things that I was going to do today. So they send radio frequencies that we'll get into to induce sleep while I'm in the middle of doing anything. But I want to first start off with the continuation of the video on Patton's remote neural monitoring from February 19th. I'm going to use the same thumbnail, and I'm going to label it part 2 so that you can see that it's part of the same document, okay? So let's see. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. We're going to start off with brain stimulation for removing neural monitoring electronic brain link. NSA Signals Intelligence uses EMF brain stimulation for remote neural monitoring, RNM, and electronic brain link, EBL. EMF brain stimulation has been developed since the MK Ultra program of the early 1950s, which included neurological research into, quote, radiation, non-ionizing EMF, and bioelectric research and development. The resulting secret technology is categorized at the National Security Archives as, quote, unquote, radiation intelligence, defined as information from unintentionally emanated electromagnetic waves in the environment, not including radioactivity or nuclear detonation. Signals Intelligence implemented and kept this technology secret, same manner as other electronic warfare programs of the United States government. The NSA monitors available information about this technology and withholds scientific research from the public. Isn't that nice? They're so sweet. They want to steal all the information for themselves, keep it a big dark secret. There are also international intelligence agency agreements to keep this technology secret. The NSA has proprietary electronic equipment that analyzes electrical activity in humans from a distance. You hear that? From a distance. Sort of like it could be from the helicopter that just flew over my house 2 minutes, like right before I started this video. The NSA computer-generated brain mapping can continuously monitor all the electricity in brain continuously. That's what it says. Activity in brain continuously. The NSA records decodes individual brain maps for national security. Oh yeah. Oh please. The NSA records, decodes individual brain maps for national security purposes. You're kidding me. National security? You have to record people's brain maps for national security? These psychopaths. EMF brain stimulation is also secretly used by the military for brain-to-computer link. In military fighter aircraft, for example. For electronic surveillance purposes, electrical activity in the speech center of the brain can be translated into the subject's verbal thoughts. Remote neural monitoring can send encoded signals to the brain's auditory cortex, thus allowing audio communication direct to the brain by bypassing the ears. These people want to play God. NSA operatives can use this to covertly debilitate subjects by stimulating auditory hallucinations characteristic of paranoid schizophrenia. Do you hear that, guys? The NSA operatives can use this to covertly debilitate subjects by simulating auditory hallucinations characteristic of paranoid schizophrenia. Without any contact with the subject, remote neuromonitoring can map out electrical activity from the visual cortex of a subject's brain and show images from the subject's brain on a video monitor. Visual memory can also be seen on a monitor. Remote neuromonitoring can send images direct to the visual cortex, bypassing the eyes and optic nerves. NSA operatives can use this to surreptitiously put images in a surveillance subject's brain while they are in REM sleep for brain reprogramming purposes. And in parentheses it says smart dust, neural dust, digital dust, nanobots, nanoprobes, nanorobots, nanoids, nanomites, and the smart grid. On that note about the dust, I was just scrolling through some of the shorts on YouTube, and there was a woman who said her mother was a witch. She grew up in a witch household, and they would place this dust above a door so that when somebody would walk in, it would fall on them. They call it goofer dust. Goofer, Goofer dust. They would place it above the door so when somebody walks in, it falls on them. It's supposed to curse them or something. So anyway, some of you guys know that these criminals spread a very thick, pithy dust on the shelves, not only in the Cats building, but in the chicken coops. Oh yeah, so corrupt cops, fake incident reports, citizen informants, and perps. You know, the perps that are getting paid off the books, that don't declare the income and don't pay taxes. Maybe that's why they hired all those IRS people. But it's a big secret. Anyway, let's see. Let's scroll down. Biological effects. The electromagnetic effects of mitochondria. 5G. Great risk for EU, US, and international health. There is compelling evidence. There is compelling evidence for 8 distinct types of great harm caused by electromagnetic field exposures, the mechanism that causes them. So what are the capabilities of NSA operatives using remote neuromonitoring? There has been signals intelligence network in the United States since the 1940s. The NSA Fort Meade has in place a vast two-way wireless RNM system which is used to track subjects and non-invasively monitor audio-visual information in their brain. This is all done with no physical contact with the subject. RNM is the ultimate method of surveillance and domestic intelligence. Speech and 3D sound and subliminal audio can be sent to the auditory cortex, the subject's brain, bypassing the ears, and images can be sent into the visual cortex. RNM can alter a subject's perceptions, moods, and motor control. Speech cortex auditory cortex link has become the ultimate communication system for the intelligence community. RNM allows for a complete audio visual brain to brain link or brain to computer link. And once again, it's the 5G transmitters, high gear dielectric lens antenna, chemical nano spraying, 3D maps, 868 megahertz, battlefield interrogation equipment, and chemtrails. Oh, like that stuff that they spray in the sky that we've been keeping watch on. Then there's the pulse microwave technology. Pulse microwave voice to skull or other sound to skull transmission was discovered during World War II by radar technicians who found they could hear the buzz of the train of pulses being transmitted by radar equipment they were working on. This phenomenon has been studied extensively by Dr. Alan Frey, F-R-E-Y, Willow Grove in 1965, whose work has been published in a number of books. And Frey found that human subjects exposed to 1310 megahertz and 2982 megahertz microwaves at average power densities of 0.4 to 2 milliwaves cm2 perceived auditory sensations described as buzzing or knocking sounds. The knocking sounds are the sounds that are being pulsed into my nonprofit building onto the metal roof. The sensation occurred instantaneously at average incident power densities well below the necessary for known biological damage, and appeared to originate from within or near the back of the head. Strategic intelligence cryptocurrency system using body area data, ID 2020, digital ID with the jabs, Monarch RFID, nanocore slavery. Signs of being criminally targeted with remote neural monitoring. Having your thoughts read remotely, feeling as if you're being watched, having individuals engage in organized stalking against you, dropping hints or conveying by you actions that they can see you. Being targeted with organized stalking while you're being targeted with remote neural monitoring, satellite, or 5G technology. Organized stalking usually involves electronic technological harassment of some form that is going on at the same time, either ground or satellite base. Electronic disturbances within your home, which may include thumping or popping noises on the walls, TVs or appliances, light bulbs and TVs flickering. Electronic harassment V2K. Microwave hearing, also known as voice to skull, V2K, which includes being forced to listen to audio harassment or voice symptoms that mimic or appear to be mental illness, but's not mental illness. Persistent loud ringing in the ears, what is known as silent sound, fake tinnitus. This is common and frequently reported by targets and victims of organized stalking. Silent sound, hearing tones or tone bursts in the ears that may last anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds, that may change in volume and pitch. Transmissions of specific commands into the subconscious mind, visual disturbances, visual hallucinations, injection of words, numbers, or information into the brain via electromagnetic radiation or radio waves, or by remote neural monitoring, satellite, or 5G technology. Then there's remote manipulation, being touched or tapped or hit by an invisible force, or having parts of your body suddenly moved, causing pain to any nerve of the body, or to the body using directed energy from remote neural monitoring, satellite, or 5G technology. Remote manipulation of human behavior, thoughts, or actions. Then there's audio harassment, hearing voices or whispers that appear to come from different rooms of your home or outside the home. This is done by the remote neural monitoring. Hearing voices or speech interjected into your TV, police scanner, or car audio that responds to what you are thinking or saying privately to yourself. Directed conversations, parroting. That's the copycat. Strangers or family members engage in organized stalking against the victim, repeating, relating, or parroting back private things that you thought, did, or said while alone or in private using directed conversation. The individuals engaged in organized stalking are being criminally given pieces and excerpts of the target and victim thought process to repeat or parrot back to the victim as constant harassment in a psychological warfare. And what about the psychological warfare? The remote neural monitoring is being used simultaneously with organized stalking to target, harass, terrorize individuals by using the target and victim's thoughts, evoked thought potentials, brain waves to direct and coordinate organized stalking criminal harassment activities against the target and victim. Example: if the victim is thinking of white snowing weather on a day that is not snowing, the criminal or criminal organizers who have been given illegal criminal access to the illegal thought reading logs by means of cell phone or computer logs is intentionally coordinating the organized stalking groups to flood the victim's area with coordinated white vehicles to psychologically harass and terrorize the target victim. This psychological terrorist tactic is being done with any color, shape, numbers, themes, verbally, symbolic actions, gestures, etc. Oh, that's sort of like the three Masons leaving 333 all around the property. Or how about those triangles with three sides? 3 triangle sides. Glass, little pieces of triangle glass left on the property. Along with mind reading, one of the most bizarre uses of the satellite is to physically assault someone. An electronic satellite beam using far less energy than needed to blast nuclear missiles in flight can slap or bludgeon someone on Earth. A satellite beam can also be locked onto a human target, with the victim being unable to evade the menace by running around or driving around, and can cause harm through application of pressure on, for example, one's head. Citizens are being illegally interrogated within their own homes without ever being charged with a crime, as their Fourth Amendment rights are being completely denied by them. In the United States alone, thousands of people have already come forward to describe this technology and how it is being used to both illegally spy on them, while it also manipulates their thoughts, as they are targeted for non-consensual human experimentation. Famous neuroscientist warns that remote neural monitoring equipment is far from being science fiction and can be used to control behavior in brainwashing. Remote neural monitoring scientists agree. Remote neural monitoring is a danger and a human health hazard. As a direct result of the remote monitoring technology, the victim is being exposed to harmful, directed energy for decades at a time, which is a health hazard. Scientists believe that, like leukemia and cancerous risks posed by mobile phones, which also emit microwave remote neural monitoring, can also pose similar threats to a subject's overall health, as the heating effect of the tissues with the speed of light is a known effect of high-powered microwave and electromagnetic pulse weapons. Remote neural monitoring was not invented to detect criminal thoughts inside the mind or for investigations, nor does it have any place or serve any alleged purpose in law enforcement. And I'm just going to add, I do not consent. You do not have my permission. There are several articles of information that have appeared on the internet regarding remote neural monitoring being portrayed as a, quote, crime fighting and detection tool, unquote. These articles appear to be an obvious attempt to legitimize and condition readers and the public to accept remote neural monitoring as a legitimate law enforcement tool, which it's not. Just as organized stalking and harassment is not, And it's completely the opposite. Is being criminally used simultaneously with organized stalking to violate, invade, harass, and terrorize individuals for decades at a time. Polygraphs have served the purpose and are quite accurate of determining if someone is telling the truth regarding criminal activity. Also, if remote neural monitoring was used for that purpose, it would require a quite complicated warrant. Despite the unlawful, illegal criminal manner that is being used on individuals without their consent and their permission, it is quite obvious that the warrants are not being obtained, and that remote neural monitoring is being used without their permission. It's being used to intentionally harass and terrorize individuals for years at a time, simultaneously with organized stalking and harassment. And I'm just going to add that it would require a complicated warrant. Well, guess what? There are secret warrants being signed by corrupt judges. Oh, but it's a big secret. It's a big, big secret. Corrupt cops fake incident reports, and they give it to the fake judges. They file fake warrants. They sign the fake warrants with fake incident reports. Oh, and then what they do is they use their position of authority and they contact the people at Muckrock and have them take down all of your FOIA requests. They use their position of authority to cover up their corruption. That's just a little personal note. So anyway, if you have questions and comments, please leave them down below. TIs, targeted individuals, crimes against humanity by subhuman psychopaths. And that's what they are, subhuman psychopaths. They're demonic. They're satanic. And yeah, the Freemasons are always involved in it. The corrupt cops, fake incident reports. Citizen informants like your neighbors. Oh, those NSA agents, Fusion Center operatives. Psychopaths, I bet their parents are really proud of them. They're the ones they carry around vials of ants to drop in your house. How sick and perverted is that? This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading, exposing one criminal at a time. Okay, so we've got the patent US5507291A, Signals Intelligence Brain Stimulation for Remote Neural Monitoring, Electronic Brain Link, capabilities of the NSA Operatives using remote neural monitoring, signs of being criminally targeted. It's patent US6011991A. There are the patents, there's the proof. Then, there are sleep induction devices. Let me tell you folks about this. I just found this today. U.S. patent granted to NeuroLight, N-E-U-R-O-Light, for technology to induce sleep by neuromodulation. Yes, if you want to contact the guy who invented it, his phone number is 914-584-6900. His name is Alex Poltorak, NeuroLight Inc. You can contact him at alex@neurolight.co. He was granted the patent to induce sleep. Then there's U.S. patent application for the method for inducing sleep with sounds and sound playback devices performing the same patent application. The application is 202200883343. I located at patents.justia.com. Then there's one that was introduced in South Korea in 2021. It's KR102342361B as in boy 1, 7.83 hertz frequency sleep induction device, and the abstract is: the present invention relates to a 7.83 hertz frequency sleep-inducing device, and more specifically to a sleep-inducing device capable of including an induction coil in an upper part of the sleep-inducing device to generate electromagnetic waves and oscillating a 7.83 Hertz magnetic field frequency. According to the present invention, the sleep-inducing device comprises a power unit, a body unit, a cover unit, and an induction coil. The power unit is arranged in the lower part of the sleep-inducing device and turns on and off the device. The body unit is arranged in an upper part of the power unit. It's made of a translucent material and changes color of the light by including an LED light inside. Then there's US5356368A as in Apple, United States, 1991. Method of an apparatus for inducing desired states of consciousness. 1991. The abstract: improved methods and apparatus for entraining human brain patterns, employing frequency following response, FFR, techniques, facilitate attainment of desired states of consciousness. In one embodiment, a plurality of electroencephalogram, EEG, waveforms characteristic of a given state of consciousness are combined to yield an EEG waveform to which subjects may be susceptible more readily. In another embodiment, sleep patterns are reproduced based on observed brain patterns during portions of a sleep cycle. Entrainment principles are applied to induce sleep, as entrainment as in hypnosis. In yet another embodiment, entrainment principles are applied in the work environment to induce and maintain a desired level of consciousness. A portable device also is described. 1991, this was developed. US5356368A, method of an apparatus for inducing desired states of consciousness by using entrainment principles that are applied to induce sleep. Okay, guys, so the next time somebody says that you're schizophrenic or you're paranoid or you appear to be a little paranoid or crazy, just whip out these patents, the scientists, and hey, have them contact this guy. What's his name? Alexander Poltorak, NeuroLight Inc. Phone number 914-584-6900. He was granted a patent, a U.S. patent. Technology to induce sleep by neuromodulation. I rest my case. Corrupt cops, fake incident reports. They use citizen informants, also known as perps. Those fake incident reports go to the prosecutor, who also fakes reports. And then they get those fake warrants signed by the corrupt judges. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Hope you enjoyed this presentation. I'm going to sign off for now. Get some sleep. Please leave a comment down below. Hit the thumbs up. And I appreciate everybody listening in.